Young man, let's go. Let's spend some quality time.
Yes, chef.
What's the most exciting thing about a pork chop?
The bone. Getting it nice and sexy.
And that's why we cook it on the bone. So two things. A, it keeps it moist.
Okay.
Yeah, and B, it sort of almost identifies its power. It's a gentle sear because it's not a robust cut. Overdo it, you're gonna dry the outside out. What do we need in there? What's the fragrance we want in there?
Rosemary.
Rosemary or thyme?
Yes, chef.
They both work brilliantly. And we finish with a little bit of butter. Garlic.
Oh.
Roasting garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Why do we put the herbs and the garlic in there?
All the flavor. Garlic goes in everything in Southern cooking.
There you go.
Butter and garlic in it.
There you go. As that's going in there, we turn it around.
Jesus.
And we help it out a little bit, okay?
Base stand.
Base.
Nice little light grizzly.
We sit all that underneath, and that goes in the oven. Straight in there. 8 minutes. Cast iron pan in. Collard greens.
Yes, chef.
Pan on. Piping hot. First thing, chopped onion. White onion, yes?
Flavor.
Okay, exactly. Salt. Pepper. The bacon. What does that bacon do there?
Flavor everything.
Sweat it down. Yeah? A little tiny up, which is going to give that nice flavour. Okay? Flatten that out with cider vinegar. That gives that kind of kick.
Yes, chef.
That lifts that bitter green and gives that a beautiful kick, okay? Your collard greens. We're going to sort of cover the top. They wilt and they melt and they sort of disintegrate. The collard green is the kind of thing you don't need to be too dainty with. Around the outside, we're going to put a little touch of the vinegar in there. Okay, cider vinegar. So you let that come down. Dirty rice, celery and peppers.
Amazing.
Yeah? You know what that is? The little pure chicken liver running through that rice. That's why it's called dirty, because it stains the rice. Put a touch of that in there and fry that off.
Oh, it's gonna melt.
Okay, that's exactly that. It's gonna melt. Collard greens are stewing, okay? Literally braising at the back. Time to get that rice in there. I want to sort of knock that in there and separate the kernels. And we are literally stirring in that rice. Not boiling it, stirring it in. Look at the distribution now of that mirepoix, the peppers, the celery, and now you can see with that sort of level of dirtiness. Okay, so greens. Sweat it down. I'm going to fold in all that bacon now. Pork chop out. Now, from there, turn that out.
Let it rest.
Let that rest. And in there, that sits there. But this is where it goes up a level. We're going to make an amazing, incredible sauce. Yeah? A little touch of oil in there.
Keep all that flavor from
Keep
before.
the flavour in there. Garlic, shallots. And this, you know what that is, right?
No, chef.
That's a Creole mustard.
Yeah.
But when you've toasted that off,
Yes, chef.
and you've absolutely roasted that mustard, look what happens. And that flavour, that roast is incredible. Once you've sweated all that off, there's a little bourbon. Wash your hair? We haven't got any hair. Wash your eyebrows. Okay, from there, ladle of chicken stock. Bring that back up to the bowl. Good look for that nice, beautiful colour.
It's cream base.
It's cream base. Good. Now look at the collard greens now. All that stock's gone.
Nice and dark.
Everything's dark, that's right. Everything's beautifully done. Now,
Gonna dredge it.
just sits in there. You tilt the pan, got the colour, and that sits and it steeps. We start to dress. I take my rice first. That's the platform that's going to lift my protein. After that, my collard greens. I can see the crispy bacon. I can see the sheen on there. Place that next to my rice.
Yes, chef.
That's it. I get my chop, I set that on, and my sauce. If I start saucing at the top, what happens to it?
It's gonna dredge right down.
It dredges right down and literally coats that. And then finally, that fresh little lift, fresh parsley, and that just lifts that up. There's 3 things on the plate there. Simple and elegant. Be my guest. We've got that nice, moist inside.
Go up.